and shining moon, balance of the dark and light, hearken ye, O witches' rune, as we perform our sacred rite. By earth and water, air and fire, by blade and bowl and circle round, we come to you with our desire. Let all that is hidden now be found. With censer, candle, book and sword, and ringing of the altar bell, we tie a knot within our cord to bind our magic in a spell. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witches' rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Dance with us our witches' rune. Dance with us our witches' rune. Dance with us our witches' rune. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witches' rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Dance with us as witches, dance with us as witches, dance with us as witches rule. By all the light of moon and sun, by all the might of land and sea, chant the rune and it is done, as we will so mote it be.
Such a beautiful song, y'all. Good evening. It's High Priestess Jamila. Oh my God, that song, you know what? I love to listen to that song, just like especially the ending of that song just puts me in such a peaceful place, just a place of inner peace, outer peace. It just, I don't know what it is, because y'all know that I love, love, love my peace. I don't like volatile violence. I don't like it. I don't like things getting escalated. As human beings, we're going to have disagreements sometimes, but we're going to go forward now. I wanted to come real talk to you guys about something, and I'm exactly when this is going to happen, probably like in the next couple of years, because I'm going to be one of them old grandmother witches. Like, coven leaders. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hear me? Yeah, I think y'all can hear me. So, what I wanted to talk about real quick is new requirements for, and honestly, guys, I mean, we're going on the fifth year of dealing with a very volatile situation. However, I know that there are good people out there, but I have learned in the past 5 years since 2020 to actually like look in the cards at people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So, number one, this is for any type of in person meetups for Sabbats. They're fun. They can be fun, or as I erect my coven, you have to have some kind of income and be stable. Job, business, that's stable. But the main thing I'm looking for is like, and I know a lot of people, well, it wouldn't be nothing for like, for example, if I like the past, you'd find marijuana in my system about a year ago. But otherwise, I would have no problem with dropping some urine to take a drug test. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna come up clean completely. Except for maybe marijuana a year ago. I haven't smoked in a year, by the way, almost. Yeah, almost a year. No, several months. Let's put it like that. One of the requirements of meetups, even for Sabbats, drug testing. You have to take a drug test. If it's marijuana, if it's alcohol, you good. If I see anything, I'm sorry, and people gonna be like, I think that there's a lot of people like me that would have no problem with that. But yeah, a drug test. I'm sorry, like, especially when it comes to like controlled substances like methamphetamines or crack cocaine, those people can be very violent, very violent, and then sometimes even carrying superhuman strength because of that drug that they're on. I can never, ever, ever take another chance. Honestly, I don't even like violent sports. Y'all, did y'all know that? I'm not into violent sports. However, I do like hunting. Like, when you go through the woods and you hunt deer or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And fishing, which I think fishing is somewhat of it's a softer, very soft form of violence against the little fishies. Otherwise, I do not contend with violent sports. I don't like violence already. And I don't really deal with violent people. I know there are times when I have wanted to be violent with people and I've held myself back and I always will. I don't like jail. I don't like things like that. And you know, I've never been to jail for jumping on somebody. Not ever. I've had fights in my life, you know, like with my aunt and stuff like that, you know, little family squabbles, but being out in the streets fighting with people and constantly want to fight. And that to me, that is a sign of drug use. I know some people are just naturally violent people, but you got to basically take a drug test before I meet her, and then also you have to pass my test of the cards. There's certain things that may come up where I'm gonna be like, I gotta do a reading on you. I don't like that, and then it has no place in my circle. Um, mm-mm. Not if it's a witchy circle, not my circle. Not if it's a witchy thing, because you know those energies do kind of like, especially with a coven. If you're talking about trying to start a coven with somebody, you know, for me to do that, I'd have to meet you in person first and then still feel you out. But I'm not even going to be meeting anybody in person, complete strangers from the internet, without some kind of drug test and checking a person out, like in my cards, to see what they are capable of doing. And those cards will give you a good indication of what a person is capable of. And you know, what I like about cards, the tarot, is that it reveals things. They to me they reveal things that a person can hide, especially from an empath. And that's not good to enter into like a, like any kind of communion of witches, because that bonds you. That you have to literally do reculement rituals when you join hands under Hecate. So yeah, no, I'm not doing it. You know, and no shade to anybody out there that practices, that does divulge in hard drugs. I'm not. Hey, you know, I wish you the best in life, but I just, mm-mm, I can't do it. And then, not to mention the weird, off, goofy behavior of and the obsession. You know, just the obsessions that can be had. Just the stalking and weirdness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had confirmed 3 to 4 females in the past several years that I know for a fact stalked me because they're on drugs. If they were not on drugs, they wouldn't be doing that. So the drugs, no. Cigarettes, weed, a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of wine. I don't, you know, and I'm not talking about Mad Dog 2020 or something. That I'm talking about like, yeah, no, because I already don't like ghetto. Like I was talking about that this morning. I don't like that ghetto stuff. And just because I'm black don't mean that I'm ghetto. Mm-mm. So yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that real quick. Okay. We know how to deal with it. We know how to deal with it. Yes, we do. On a daily basis. On a daily. On a daily. On a daily. Trust and believe. If somebody's trying to vex you daily, I have figured out what the game plan is. Trust me, when somebody's trying to vex you daily, whether or not they're doing it behind the scenes or out in the open. So, you know, some people are just very obsessive, miserable every single day, every day, you know, and what's the point in arguing with them? It's just kind of embarrassing. It's like, I don't associate with this person. I've only met this person once or twice, and that was only because I did not give this person a drug test. I did not make this person actually go and pee on a drug stick to show this person was not no kind of dope. And I didn't check their cards. So, no, I'm not playing games because, I've always had a very, very peaceful and quiet household. Okay. And I'm not trying to say that people that abuse drugs are bad. They're not necessarily the most stable clients. I've suspected and known a few. And then I've even had clients that have came to me for, encouragement, readings, help. But you got to be an honest person. You can't be hiding stuff like that and then trying to bring a bunch of turmoil into my life, into my family. I don't play that. I don't play that mess. You know what I'm saying? Because, there's a reason why. I mean, I'm talking about like there's a reason why people say no to drugs. Like that's the main thing. Like you have to have a drug test. Okay. And then especially people that are dabbling in drugs and dabbling in magic, because drugs take and take and take and take and take, and there's spirits behind that. And I don't like nobody to make me have to do some extra damn work or use my resources on some stupid stuff. I get mad when I have to deal with somebody and I have to waste one of my candles. I can't stand that. So, cause and it just is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think of that, like what y'all opinion of that is. What would you do in that situation? What would you do? Wouldn't you do the same thing? Like, especially when it comes to either erecting a coven or even if you're just, it's like, hey, I'd like to do the Sabbat in person. And it's kind of like at the time something was telling me, no, don't do that. And I wish that I would have listened to my intuition because I did not. I mean, it is just every single day, every day, every day, every day. It's like, listen, go get some help, of what I've been not really dealing with, but just behind the computer. And of course, the person is very violent, volatile, has nothing to do with me, not connected at all, has been literally kicked out of our energy. Me and my family and my loved ones, this person is literally cleared out, So, but, it's just the point. It's just the point, that ill, like, go get some help. So yeah, just sorry guys. I know that most of y'all, because there was this one client that I was working with that visited my home a couple of times because she came to pick up like certain things from me, baths and stuff like that. But I'm being very careful about that. Seriously. I'm being very careful about that. Okay. So just FYI, just to let y'all know. And I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about meetups. That's a totally different thing. Working with someone or doing work for someone is very differently than walking up to a person, shaking their hand, giving them a hug, and then also I have to see you on camera a couple of times so I can really peep what's up with you. You know what I'm saying? Because people can catfish you. Okay. So yeah, that's just what that is. So yeah, I just wanted to come and tell y'all that real quick. All right, I'm gonna get back to. I'm about to eat me some cheesecake. Where's Stevan at? Where's my moderator Stevan? Stevan, I'm getting ready to eat some strawberry cheesecake with strawberry ice cream. So I'm about to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and I will see y'all later. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm 48 years old. And even when I was 28 years old, well, I'm actually 28. I'm sorry, I'm not 48. I'm 28. Okay. So I'm 28 years old. I just turned 28. And I don't like violent, volatile, yelling, screaming. Yeah, no, I have literally thrown people out of my house for being loud in my house. You got to get the hell up out of here. And, yeah, not none of my kids or anything, but people, I have thrown people up out of my house before because they were talking too loud. Yeah, or talking crazy. I've had to do that before. Okay, I don't play that crap. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, okay? Blessings. Bye.